Alright, so the first tip is when you're running, you have to dash instead of just sprint, because you will cover the longest distance. Also keep in mind, male characters will go farther than female characters, and adult characters will go farther than child characters. So a female child is gonna be the slowest, and a male adult, like Keia, is gonna be the fastest. Sometimes when you go around, you will see these kind of flowers you can hit, but they will not drop anything. To get the loot, you need to use an element. These are Anemo flowers, and you can use an Anemo skill. For example, this one. As you can see, we can get the loot now. But other flowers, they don't work the same. For example, this flower is ice. So if you follow the previous logic, we should use ice, but it doesn't work. And we need to actually use a fire element. So a fire element. Take the flower. So anyway, the frost flower needs fire, and the fire flower needs frost. So let's say you want to go to that island right there. Now in this case, we can just go to the high cliff and glide. I think we might be able to get there. Same for this island. But let's say there is an island, you cannot go through an high cliff, so you need to go through the water. You have Kaya as a free champion, and you can, everyone knows it, you can freeze the water. But not everyone knows you can actually use your main character to spread the ice and thus go farther and faster. If you are on the water and you have low stamina, or you are climbing and you need to keep going, you can use your food, which gives you stamina. Keep in mind they have a very long cooldown, 5 minutes, so you don't have to go anywhere. Or if you don't have the food, instead of die, just teleport away and you're safe. Alright, so the altar is very important because it can heal you and revive your dead heroes. You can see my Amber is dead on the right, and my Keia is half HP. Just by standing here, she's revived. And if you change the settings, you can also actually fully heal everyone. As you can see, now everyone is full health. If you're climbing like right now and you have no stamina, so you know you're going to fall, instead to just die, you can use your attack to take no damage almost. So, or if you're fast and you finish your stamina, you can use your teleport, right, to go away like this. See, no stamina, I'm saved. The resin right here should always be on cooldown, not like this one, so you fully take advantage of it. And in my opinion, you should not do dungeons for artifacts, but only for ascension materials. I think that's the best way to use them. And also for world bosses. Also another word about world bosses, which is the Storm Terror and the Wolf. In my opinion, you should do them at the highest world level you can, because they only reset once a week. So make that one time count. Go there at the highest world level, but make sure to do them at least once a week. Now if you have a 4-star weapon, I think you should always give him the priority and level up it as soon as possible. But I also think some 3 stars are kinda useful. For example, like this one is useful, I think, because it's a support weapon. When you switch it to your main character, it gets 10 for 10 seconds. It gets a lot of attack increase, especially if you refine it. This weapon is also good if you refine it. But anyway, if you have a weapon like this one, it's level 12. I can use it to upgrade another weapon, like a 4-star weapon later, and it will still count. I will show you. Let's say I take this weapon, Slime Shot, and I want to enhance it. I'm going to use the other weapon right here, level 12 bow. You can see I'm gonna get again level 12. So you can actually still use the experience here. Just a little bit gets away, but you can still use it. So if you find a 3-star weapon which you can easily refine to 5, just go ahead and use it. When you're walking, always pick up every material you see. Flower, flying things, like literally everything, because you never know what you might need. And this might be annoying, but it's very helpful in the long run, so just do it. make sure to always get the rare items like minerals and mushrooms, because they have a cooldown of 1 day, 3 days maybe, but you need to take them as soon as possible because you need them. And if you don't collect them, you will get behind, because then there is only a certain amount in the map and chances are you will not get all of them, so get the one you find. Because some items are rare in this game, you should always mark them when you find them in the map. Like the mushroom I was talking about, you should mark them if you don't know where they are. Some people will mark Anemoculus. I think that's okay, but the way I would do it, I would just take some time, you know, take a piece of the map like this one and find all the Anemoculus while marking it with the interactive map. And once I'm done, I will just remove all of the Anemoculus pins and then move on. Because this map, you need to mark it only for materials or other stuff. Because you only have a limited amount of pins. You can only put 99 pins. Alright, so when you start out the game, you have a lot of heroes, like you can see here. And my advice is to focus only on 1 or 2 heroes. I would personally advise to do like the main character and maybe another 5-star if you can get it. Because the materials are rare later in the game and they will need a lot. Also for shedding the heroes, it's not so easy. So the gold, also the Mora is it's not a lot later, so 1 or 2 are enough. Others are support heroes or just heroes you need for trigger some elemental reactions. You can see when you're leveling up the items you're going to need to shed the heroes, so keep this in mind and farm them so you're ready when it's time to ascend them. Also keep in mind the ascending materials, the dungeons change daily, so if you want to farm, let's say this hero, ascending material, and it's not the right day, you just can't. So keep that in mind and track what materials you need and play accordingly. Same for the weapons, of course. Well, this account is too low level to show you, but here you will have a book with a list of the bosses you have. Some bosses require resin and other bosses don't. I would advise you to always do the bosses without resin requirement. All of them. I think there are 5. They spawn 5 times, so always do them because they drop good equipment. I want to use this flower to show that you can actually cancel the attack animation. So this is the basic animation. As you can see, pretty slow. After the last attack. See? And you can cancel it, look. With a little dash. So yeah, there is that. Get your free items, like inside this cathedral. You will find a Victoria, which will give you a free artifact. She's gonna be right here. You just talk to her, and she's gonna give you a free artifact. 4-star, of course. Now, Victoria wasn't there because I was too low level, but I can still get this item, this chest right here, even though I'm very low level. Always climb with male characters and adult. Here you have a chest, which I've already taken, and the chest here actually gives you pretty good rewards. As you can see, you can have 4 party layouts. So you can do like a team for exploration. And team for exploration, you should be using, like, for example, Kaya, because this passive will give you, what is it, a 20%, decreased 20% stamina consumption. So your team will go 20% farther with like dashing or sprinting or climbing, and that's good. Also in elemental resonance, you can see that if you get 2 Anemos, you decrease 15% more, plus 20% of Kaya, increase movement speed by 10%. Also want to take advantage of this to show you elemental resonance. Not many people know, but if you have 2 fire heroes, you will get 20% attack increase, and so on. You can see here. So the best you can do in a team is to have 2 of an element and 2 of another, and that's the best combo you can do. Okay, so you will get a quest that will ask you to process food, and I had no idea where it was, simply because it wasn't showed on the map. But here, you can get here and cook your food. Right here on the right, process, and you can take like your wheat and turn into flour. So you can get some pretty good ingredients to get like some good food which can help you. I don't have it because I'm low level here, but there is going to be food which gives you attack and crit rate, so that's going to be really helpful. Also, I would advise you to read the in-game tips. For example, here if I press G, you can see there are a lot of tips, right? And they're very helpful. They can explain you a lot of the stuff, so make sure to read all of them. And you also get Primo Gems. I didn't know that. Okay, so you know from the shop you can from summoning you will get Stardust and you can exchange it. And on the global, of course, you have to get the Intertwined one. But as you can see, you can only get 5 each month. But because the game is going to be released on 28, make sure to buy this fast. Okay, you can do just the Noel 20 summons and get Stardust. Use it here ASAP because the month is going to refresh after 3 days, right? Because the game is released on 28. So on October it will be refreshed and you can buy 5 more. If you wait, you're going to waste the 5 you could get on September.